Looks a lot better, I guess. Excuse me. So I just wanted to come on and make a little live stream and say hello to everybody. And I hope you're all doing well. Uh, let's see, monitor. Well, you see what's going on in the world. You know, the coward Putin threatening the world with nuclear weapons if anybody else gets involved with his illegal war that he started against the Ukraine people. He's a Putin is a coward. You only threaten using nuclear weapons if you're a coward, because you know you would lose a war that you started in the first place with lies, ignorance, and stupidity. That's all he's spewing out, just like his worshiper Donald Trump used to do. Well, and is still doing. And his people at fake Fox News are promoting as well. Now they're changing their minds, but hey, none of this would be going on if we didn't have a retard in office for 4 years sucking Putin dick. Forgive my language. I am sorry, but like I said, I will not lie. And that's not just my opinion. That's a fact. The whole world watched Donald Trump get down on his knees and suck Putin daily. You know, from the private hidden calls that he made to his butt buddy Putin to letters and everything else. And you've seen him sucking Putin dick at the CPAC convention, along with other top Republican conservatives. You know, again, simple fact, simple truth. But, you know, hey, people do have to realize, though, Putin is a danger not just to his neighbors, but the whole world. Look how they attacked the nuclear power station and then lie about it. Even though it was right there, you could see it live happening. Can you imagine if they'd have hit that with a missile, the damage, the nuclear cloud that would have spread world all over the world? Only cowards resort to threatening nuclear retaliation. Only cowards. In my book, every country in this world should get rid of nuclear weapons altogether. You want to fight, fight. But be men about it. Don't be cowards. Don't be pussies and wussies threatening to launch a nuclear war to destroy everything and everybody. What does that solve? There is no winners in a nuclear holocaust. None. None. Why would you want to kill the whole world just because you're a retard? Basically that's why. Think about it. Putin, anybody that threatens nuclear annihilation of the world, they are mentally ill. There's something wrong with them because there would be nothing left. Nothing. And that's a fact as well. And again, that's what you get when you have a fake president calling himself, an authoritarian moron calling himself a president. Putin is not a president. Neither is the leader of China. They're not presidents. Look up the word president, and you see no definition of what Putin is and what Mao Chung. Sorry, I can't pronounce his name correctly. And the leader of North Korea. You know, did you notice the only ones that are rooting for Putin are the other authoritarian leaders in the world? Well, five of them, well, four of them anyway. Why? Think about it. Now sit down and think about it. Why? Because all they care about is money and power. The only Nazis that are in Ukraine are the Russians and what they are doing. They're the ones that attacked a sovereign nation with no provocation at all. None. Why do you think Putin is shutting down all the news channels and threatening people with death and jail? Well, that's what authoritarian does. He can never be proven wrong. Well, the whole world sees he's wrong. And from what I'm able to gather and understand, most of the Russian people that can think are opposing this so-called war that their authoritarian leaders started. And then threatens nuclear weapon use if anyone else gets involved. That's a coward. By definition, a coward, a wimp, a bully. It, a bully at heart is nothing more than a coward and a wimp. And Putin just showed it by threatening nuclear war over the things that he caused. No wonder the Republican conservatives love Putin because he does the same thing they do. They cause the problems, then lie, cheat, and steal to get out of it and blame everybody else for the problems that they caused. Think, think. When are you all going to understand we are all connected in one way or the other? Every living being on this planet is connected. What happens over here affects everything that happens over here, and vice versa. Nothing good will come out of this other than possibly people and countries will start to stop using fossil fuels and go to green energy. I got my electric bike. I can go 50 miles on one charge. You know, a lot of people I know are getting electric bicycles and electric cars. But the conservative Republican fear change that's good for the environment, that's good for people, and that's good for the country. You know, I just nothing that's happening right now makes any real sense. None, nothing, none of it. It just it's insane. It's insane. You know, statistics show. Well, all the studies that's been done ever since nuclear weapons have been made show that an all-out nuclear war, nothing survives. The Earth dies. Now I hear that Russia is a mainly Christian country. Well, if they're so Christian, why did their leader, who is a demon, keeps killing everybody if they oppose him, locks them up if they oppose him, and threatens nuclear war and attacks a neighboring nation, a sovereign nation who did nothing to him for no reason, none. There is no legitimate reason for Putin to attack Ukraine other than to kill and steal land, which he doesn't need. but he feels emboldened. A lot of it is like I've said before. For the last 4 years, when that orange moron was in office, did nothing to deter Putin and his movements in the Middle East. Did nothing, nothing except get down on his knees and suck Putin balls. That's all Trump did, and along with a lot of the Republicans in Congress as well, and a lot of them that were in the NRA and these far right wing groups. You see them now coming out on Twitter and other platforms praising Putin. They're fascists. That's what they want, and it's a shame. It's a small amount of people, but that small amount of people are doing a lot of harm and damage to people, the world, and everyone else. You know, they don't care. Trump don't give a damn. Look at the millions of dollars he's stealing off his so-called worshipers to this day because they think he's the new Jesus. They keep saying it. Ah, Lord, the world needs to wake up. Oh well, like I said when I started out, I did get my new haircut, so I'm happy a little. And I just wanted to come on and talk a little bit, say hello. These teeth are still driving me out of my head. Be careful with your teeth and gums. Be careful what dentist you go to, and always ask questions. If not, you'll end up like me. And a lot of that was caused by the so-called deregulation by the orange moron and Republican conservatives in power. Deregulation doesn't solve anything except make the companies more richer and the fat cats more richer. That's all deregulation did. And lets doctors and surgeons and veterinarians price gouge and overcharge people. You know, it's crazy. The inflation we're going through right now was caused by Republican conservative policies that happened for 4 years. Again, that's basic economics. Look it up. Every time a Republican gets in office and deregulates everything and puts in these trickle down economic policies, as soon as they get out of office, we end up in a recession. Look at the history, look it up. And you've seen what Rick Scott put out, the conservative Republican congressman. His so called plan is a disaster. Rick, it's been published. Go read it. You think I'm kidding? Go read it. You think you're poor now, the middle class. If he gets his way, you're going to be even poorer than Clay. I mean, it's again, it's all for the wealthy and corporations. The middle class, the elderly, disabled, and poor will get sorry crap. That's it. Go read it. Read it for yourself. So you Republicans out there that are too stupid to understand anything, you'll vote these people in, and then you'll bitch and cry and whine about prices going up and this, that, and the other thing when you allowed it to happen by voting Republican conservative. Conservatism is a disaster ideology which does nothing for the middle class, the elderly, the poor, or even for the veterans. They will cut, slash everything to give, again, more massive tax cuts and corporate welfare to their corporate donors and their corporate owners. Again, it's a simple fact. Look it up. Uh, oh yeah, I did go for a ride today. It wasn't as sunny as they said it was going to be, but it stayed pretty darn warm. So I took my bike out, rode across town, and on the way back, I had a police officer wave and asked me to pull over and talk to him. I was like, fine. He said, "You're not in any kind of." I said, "I know, I'm perfectly legal. You can't get me for shit." And he did see my camera, but he's like, "Oh, that's all right. Uh, I just wanted to ask you where you got that bike. That thing is so cool. That's a Cadillac of electric bikes." I was like, "Yeah, I can get 50 miles on one charge. I can haul a good bit of weight, you know, and it does pretty good speed. I Today I had it up to 35, 25 coming up that big hill from the railroad tracks up to Buyers Market. I hit 30 or 25 mile an hour coming up that hill. I'm finally figuring out how to use the boosters and the gears. See, that's what I need to do. I need to get out and ride more. But I did almost get hit by a car twice because some lady was in a hurry and tried to turn on a yellow light. I stopped, but I stopped a little bit too far. She wanted to cut in real close to the curb. Man, people are crazy. But the cop, yeah, he's. I showed him the card I got from Jolt Bikes. He wrote down the information. He's going out to get a bike. I told you, more and more people are looking into these electric bikes and electric cars, and it's just so much better for everybody. It really is. And I've been saying it for years. Well, since the late '80s, I've been saying we need to go green, get off the oil and shit, stop burning coal, stop burning wood, stop burning gas. And you see what happened. If you sit back and really just sit down and think, can you understand? Can you imagine how great the human race would be if we all took our brain power instead of building weapons, built things like spaceships to go to Mars to travel the galaxy and stuff? We'd already be doing that. Think about it, really. How many of you remember the old TV show Sequest? We'd have boats and stuff like that. People would be living in the ocean. It's possible, it's feasible, and can be done. If we'd all just stop this war and crap that solves nothing. War benefits one, how can I say it? One side of humanity, the greedy, the warmongers, the haters. That's all war benefits. It doesn't benefit people in any way. In any way, it never has. A powerful person kills the weak people and takes over. A more powerful person comes in, kills these people, and takes over. What does that solve? What does that do? Nothing. Except keeps recycling. Look at the suffering that Putin and his evil regime has caused, not only in Ukraine but around the world. you know, and he caused it. Nobody else, because of his moronic ideology. I keep saying, any ideology is wrong. And if you're a true Christian, you believe in the Bible and the Word of Christ, you know Jesus says any ideology is a sin. It does not follow what the Scripture teaches. None of it. It's crazy. Okay, we'll slip off of that. You know, I was gonna try to make a little video when I was riding my bike. I still can't find a way to hook my camera up to my. I did get a nice bike helmet. I want to start wearing it, but I can't find a way to connect my camera to my helmet. The one piece for the, I can't pronounce the camera's name. I can't find where you can loop this strap through it and tie it to your helmet. I can't find the proper strap or the proper device. Well, the picture froze. Come on, unfreeze. Dang it. Oh, that's Atlantic Broadband for you. Well, now called Breeze Line. Their SuperPod is failing again. Uh, which is ridiculous. So I'm sorry it froze up on us, people. I am going to try to make a podcast later. Uh, please help each other. Please think. Use the compassion God put into your heart and learn to love one another. As Jesus said, love one another as I have loved you. This is my last command before he ascended into heaven, according to Scripture. Oh well, much love, peace, and honor to y'all. Stay safe, be careful, lift someone up if you can, help someone if you can, feed someone if you can, and be a blessing to the world and to others. Again, much love, peace, and honor to y'all. My name's Brian. This is my little show. Take care of yourselves and each other. Peace.